appears that Mike Lindell's cyber symposium, well, it's on its final day, but it is not going quite as he planned. So now, I've talked about this for the last couple of days. First, they were delayed by supposed cyber attack. They were attacked. They attacked me. Who's they? Who's they? Mike Lindell. Who's attacking you? Oh, obviously, it's got to be the same people that were, that had tried to hack the election. So apparently China, I don't know. And of course, then you had the next day in which the hogs got a little restless, which was noted by Steve Bannon, who was saying, hey, great video, great film, great propaganda, please. Oh, did I say that out loud? But no proof. Where's the proof? Where's the beef? Well, there ain't no beef. All right? There ain't no proof. And now, to go along with that, we have MyPillow's cyber expert that is saying, yeah, we got nothing. We got nothing. The Washington Times, yeah, it's a conservative outlet, is reporting that Lindell had hired cyber expert Josh Merritt to analyze his so-called irrefutable evidence that hackers backed by China, you remember the bamboo ballots, broke into electronic voting systems and swung the election to President Joe Biden, which of course is literally impossible because it's not hooked up to the internet, but okay, all right. Lindell claims to have a total of 37 terabytes of network data that will prove large-scale cyber attack occurred on America's voting system. Oh, I got the packets. I got the packets. My pocket's full of the packets. And we got the dumps. The big massive dumps.
Dumps.
We're gonna prove it. We're gonna prove it. Unfortunately, Merritt has told the Washington Times that the so-called packet captures are unrecoverable. Oh, we can't recover the packet captures. Oh, that's interesting. And that Lindell's data cannot prove any sort of malfeasance from China. Now, before, of course, you decide you want to label me pro-China, China's an authoritarian government. Why would it be pro-China? That is ridiculous. China is a closed society. The tankies that are watching, you realize you were never, ever going to be a Chinese citizen. They are a literal closed society. Just saying. Just saying. All right. So now, that said, even so, with Merritt says that the data accomplished something. Oh, here's a quote from him first. So our team said, we're not going to say that this is legitimate if we don't have confidence in the information. Even so, as I said, Merritt said, well, but we do have some forensic proof that voters were somehow manipulated. Okay, but that's not proof of election fraud. That voters themselves, not the votes, but voters themselves, somehow manipulated. Okay, well, interesting. Sure. And of course, the proof of that was eaten by MyPillow's dog, right? Just like his homework. So, now, he also added that Lindell, remember, he had this offer of $5 million. He's going to pay $5 million for any in-seminar attendee who could disprove him, right? Well, not anymore. There's a reason that he has canceled that. He has canceled the $5 million. Now, why would he do that? Oh, is it because he can't actually prove his claims? Well, I mean, if it were a rational person, perhaps. But I'm actually going to get back to that point just a little later. The Times also reported that cyber experts at the Symposium had been frustrated with Lindell for not providing them with his data, even though Lindell appears to be recycling video from his debunked election fraud documentary and trying to pass it off as his so-called packet captures. And I talked about that yesterday. I showed the video with Steve Bannon, and he's like, oh, it's very well done documentary, very, very well. But apparently that's, we're going to have some receipts. We're going to need some actual evidence here, okay? Well, again, he's right. You do need evidence. If you're going to make these grandiose claims, then you're going to have to show some receipts. You're going to have to show some evidence, right? And that 15-minute documentary, which is very flashy, apparently very well done, according to Steve Bannon, is not proof. It's not actual evidence. It's nothing. It's less than nothing. it's worth less than nothing. All right? It cannot debunk the fact that the entire premise made by MyPillow and the rest of these Donald Trump and all the rest of these conspiracy theorists, that it cannot debunk one single simple point. The fact that these election machines, these voting machines by Dominion, were not plugged into the internet. You can't hack something from China if it's not plugged into the internet. The best conspiracy, and watch, they'll go to this one, is that you had to have somebody in the room to have physical access to the machines in order to change the votes. Now, of course, you've had these successive audits that have been backed up by the paper ballots in many of these places where they're challenging this, and it shows that the paper ballots, the backup ballots, match the vote totals in the machines. So again, once again, nothing, no proof. That's it. Literally impossible to do. It's not going to work out. Okay. And not only that, but there's, of course, so-called witnesses that can't even corroborate the same story. It smells of desperation. And that's what it is. It stinks. It stinks like
dumps.
And so there it is. That's all they have is dumps. That said, speaking of dumps, this is my favorite quote here from Josh Merritt in that piece in the Washington Times. He said, quote, "We were handed a turd, and I had to take that turd and turn it into a diamond." And I think that's what I think we did. No, that ain't no diamond. That ain't no diamond. It's
big, massive dumps.
That's what it is. It's a dump. It's a polished turd is still a turd. Now, that said, I promised to get back to why Lindell might have pulled his $5 million prize pledge for debunking his evidence, right? Any in-person attendee. Well, again, you could just say, well, he has no evidence. And that's true. But it also might have something to do with his incoming lawsuit. A federal judge ruled on Wednesday that the Dominion voting systems can move forward with their billion-dollar lawsuit against Lindell, Sidney Powell, and of course our friend Rudy Giuliani. Yes. For defaming the company in their attempts to delegitimize the election. This comes after Mike Lindell literally was begging the company to sue him. Come on, do it. Sue me. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
They're suing me. You asked for it. So it turns out he might actually need that $5 million. Real bad. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.